Hi everybody, I'm reviewing John Kim's brand new book Transparency today. John Kim is best known as Angry Therapist. He has his online blog where he gives advice and answers questions, as well as facilitating a virtual therapeutic community called his Treehouse. If you've read his blog, or if you've visited it at all, you'll definitely recognize his voice as well as a lot of his techniques in this book, and he really develops them further and gives us more details on what he means by transparency and his theories. So the first thing about this book is that it's really short. There are books that you will start and you will love, and they will end up with the bookmark in the second chapter on your bedside table to be found 10 months later, and you'll just feel bad for not finishing them. But this is not one of them. I read Transparency in a few hours. It's 88 pages long, 3 chapters. Then I got to go back and reread the parts that really spoke to me, and I did the exercises that he gives, and I was done in just a few days. So it's really easy to read and really gives practical ways to change your life, I'd say. It's got 3 chapters describing his main therapeutic techniques, encouraging us to build safe containers, as he calls them, in our lives, which allow us to grow and to change in healthy ways while breaking unhealthy habits in our lives. It's straightforward, no frills, no cheesiness. John swears and he gives examples from his own life. It's just a really good read. It's almost like having a friend of yours just having a conversation with you over coffee. The book is split into small each chapter is split into small sections that are bite-sized and easy to understand, and each one has its own examples from John's life. At the end of them, each section has an italicized summary of what you just read. Transparency is this, and so when you're done a chapter, you can even flip back and go back to the things that you've read and sort of bring it all together in your mind. At the end of each chapter, there's also a series of exercises, and these are not long findings, paragraphs that you have to write. They're mostly lists, actually, making just concrete reflections on your life, asking for specific examples in your everyday life of where you can make the type of changes that John is talking about with his theories. Just a really action-oriented process, I'd say, that just really encourages us to take small steps in our everyday life to find our truer self instead of a major upheaval. And it's not a one-day wonder, but it's also not something that, pass or fail. It's something that you can work through every day. So the first chapter describes transparency, which is sort of the core of John's philosophy, which is just encouraging us to live in our true version of ourselves instead of looking for acceptance from others or trying to please others, I guess. And just living in the present as well. Then second part is stance, where he's talking about bringing back the things that bring joy to our lives, and also having things that you don't negotiate in your lives. And the last chapter is container, which gives us John's self-care plan, which I thought was really great, through which we can assess how we're meeting all the needs in our lives, from emotional, spiritual, financial, etc. And he provides an example from his own life in this chapter, as well as all the others, but he gives his own self-care plan, basically, and it's not an example of a perfect, balanced individual, right? It's John working through the things that he is lacking and showing us how even he can be working through the things in his life. So it's not a book where he's showing off, but rather where he's working alongside of you and just inviting you to join him in his process. So this book fits in your pocket, your purse, your phone, etc. He's also accessible. John Kim is real. He has a blog. You can go and ask your questions. I'm pretty sure once you're done the book, he makes short videos every once in a while, and he shares his experiences. You can also join his treehouse, where you can get even one-on-one coaching through his webcam sessions and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not so distant. Like I said, it's like having a friend there alongside your process, there to help you. And I don't think you need to even be going through a major traumatic moment in your life to need or to get something out of this book. I'm just an average university student, and my life is pretty smooth right now, but I could see just how much of an impact John's ideas could have on me, as well as on anyone who's in any sort of transition or just living their everyday life and wanting to make it more fulfilling and more satisfying and more true to yourself. Don't have a lot of criticism of the book. I think I would be really interested in seeing more books actually from John, just probably in the same style, and I'm going more into depth into maybe the relationship aspect. He does discuss his ideas in terms of relationships with your family or your friends, and I think that there's so much there that I'm really looking forward to seeing more stuff from John. But of course, this is his first book, so I really recommend everyone to go out there. It's on Amazon now, I believe, and not too expensive, so buy one for yourself, buy one for a friend, and talk about it with them. I'll definitely be recommending it to all my friends. So, see you later. Bye.